I just wanted to give a little bit of an update, mostly on what I've been doing over the past few months of non-activity. So I guess I'm going to just show you at least what I've been working on recently and how that's going to play in to what I'm going to do in the future. I'm not going to edit this video. I need to make it really quickly, so editing is just not an option. However, as you can see here, I have this boy and a couple of fighters. This isn't complete. I still have to do the interior, but these fighters are. So there's like two people that know this, but I am working on a cinematic, some sort of space engineer's cinematic thing, kind of like Escape from Tulane, basically, but not Escape from Tulane, with a completely different plot and such. Uh, I have the script for episode 1 done, and the script for episode 2 is still in progress. But I need some chips for that, and I need these big bad red boys here to kind of serve a purpose. I'm not going to say it right now. So what we have here is I have these two small fighters here. One's a bit larger, it's a heavy fighter, and this one's smaller, it's a light fighter. I'll just start with the light fighter. This one's designed to be really small and just be maneuverable and be able to just outgun your enemies and outrun them and just outmaneuver them. It's really fast. It's got 6 Gatlings, and that just allows it to zoom around the map at high speeds and obliterate really any enemy fighter if it gets into combat. I haven't lost this one in combat yet, aside from the time when I got rammed. So, yeah, this is this fighter. And then this one's a bit heavier. It's a lot slower, but once again, still hydrogen-based. It's got autocannon turrets on the side. It's got 4 main autocannons, 4 assault cannon turrets, and just 2 rocket pods, since they look cool right there, but they don't really serve that much of a damage purpose. But they're there if you need them. And finally, we've got this big boy. It's a big, heavy armored turret spammed battleship. Probably for the one I'm actually going to put into the cinematic. I'm going for that one. I'm going to probably end up reorienting a lot of these weapons and only having one big boy artillery turret on each one of these. As you can see, it's not using any assault turrets at all. It's just got these artillery turrets and Gatlings for point defense fire. We've got this back here, which, to be honest, could be more heavily armored, since this ship has quite a bit of a blind spot, like right here. So maybe I could figure out. I could probably put interior turrets right here. You get the point. I need to armor that up a bit. Uh, it's got a lot of guns and auto weld systems, and on the artillery turrets here, we've got double auto weld systems. So the welder welds the other welder up. It's incredibly redundant, and I do not expect these turrets to die at all in combat. Um, I do like these weird bridges because I don't like conventional bridges. I think that they stick out weirdly on a ship, so I try to make the bridges form to the current shape I've been given. It's quite difficult, especially since I've got this thruster like right here, directly behind the bridge. But either way, I don't like your run of the mill bridge because that just seems too basic and not good enough. So I try to add cool armor panels and windows and such. This is the bottom. I'm actually missing a turret here. I'm not sure if I want to put a turret there, but it looks like I probably can. Got some upward thrust, this thruster here, these thrusters, that turret. You get the point. Last but not least, actually, one more thing on the outside is this beast of a front up here that might be changed because that is a ton of artillery, fixed artillery. This one's kind of going to be like a actual battleship for survival kind of thing, but I think that one I'm going to use in the cinematic is going to be slightly more toned down, so it's not just a big block of turrets and heavy armor. Finally, I've got the inside. Of course, this ship's still not done. There's a lot of internals that need to be done, and that are still only work in progress right now. Coming into this room, yes, my FOV is on like 65 right now to make it look better, but it's a bit claustrophobic in here. So I'm going to raise it up to my normal 80.5 so we can actually see stuff. So we've got a door there, just some lockers, air vent, cargo access, which is kind of difficult since there's a ladder there. Going up here just takes you into this depressurized engineering area, so you can access stuff such as these gyroscopes and these pipes, and also walk across to the other side. And then other stuff is around in here. We've got this sort of area. This is the main cargo container in the center. There's other cargo containers on the ship, obviously, like cargo access, and probably I'm going to put stuff in the front in case the conveyor lines get severed. Going down here and down this tunnel, this area is actually pressurized at the moment, which is kind of impressive since I haven't done much interior. Going forward, we've got this. There's a thruster here and a thruster here. And then here it just cuts out because I haven't done anything. You can look at this block of just conveyors and piping and all of that. It's just, yeah. Jump drives, welder systems. You get the point. And last but not least, coming up here, we have the CIC. It's pretty heavily armored, cargo access, air vent, turret. And if you go to the back, you've got cryo room and access up into the bridge, which I haven't done anything with so far, aside from adding this seat, which allows me to fly it around. Yeah, that's pretty much this ship. If I F8 back out of here, I'm just going to spawn in the other thing that I actually made a while ago, which I'm going to use as kind of the primary ship in this cinematic. Taking screenshots. So this is a modified B-90 bulk freighter. The idea is it's serving a purpose somewhat like the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars, and the idea was to have it give it the same amount of history and such. So obviously you can still see the B980 resemblance here, but I tore out the large Atmo thruster that normally goes here, I think. Hang on, I'll spawn a B980. This is the normal. Wait, that's not a B980. That's a bulk freighter, bulk freighter, bulk freighter, bulk freighter. B60. Yeah, it's this boy. So I tore out these hydro thrusters on the side and replaced them with ions, and replaced a lot of the Atmos with ions as well. So it's kind of taking place around the moon-ish area. So I'm using a lot more ions. I added a bit more guns. But overall, the general structure of the ship has not been changed. I did a lot of work on the interior. I guess I was using carbon fiber here. That's kind of interesting. And if you want to get into the interior, it's still mostly in the same spot as it was. And this room has stayed the same, aside from this, which is like an aft landing pad sort of thing, or area to jump down into the surface, which is going to be important. I cleaned this area up, but I should probably give this a reskin since I don't really like the look of this interior currently. Bridge has remained pretty much the same. The big change has actually been up here, where I redid this entire room to be a lot more open. I dislike the paint. And we also have armor panels now, which means I can do a lot more crazy cool stuff. And then also we've got access to the hydro tank here, and yeah. That's about it. That is pretty much what I have for ships for the cinematic. And that's what I've been wasting all my time on. So, hopefully, I should have this ship and then another ship done maybe by the end of the month. Obviously, making the first assets is going to be really difficult since once I have a battleship, a destroyer, frigate for at least this specific faction and this line of ships and all of the fighters, I can just paste them in and I can spend a lot more time developing the plot and doing other stuff, such as actually recording it and actually editing it, than making the ships. So, actually getting the first episode out is going to take a while. And this I've been planning for a long time, easily 6 months at this point, which is when it was like kind of first conceived, and even farther than then. I think that cinematic test shot 2 was when I first did anything that was related to this. Yeah, that's about it. With luck, I'll get more done, and maybe if I actually do enough stuff, I'll have another update next week. I hope you enjoy your day, and goodbye.